Prince Louis Diamond back in the Better Center Studios, and we're talking NFL football, and it's opening Sunday, and lots of things to talk about here today. Going to be coming to you with Tony Gullidge, the great white capper, the man that picked the score last week, has some action for us here today. Also going to be joining us today will be Anthony Nassour one more time with his NFL action, and if we get real lucky, maybe Rick, Big Rick, from the Better Center board, will be able to log back in with us and give us some live action from New Era Field in Orchard Park, New York. Speaking of that, Buffalo and the Jets is one game that's done a lot of moving this week. Opened up at 6. The Buffalo Bills bet up as high as 9.5. Now down to 7. So a lot of steam on the Jets right now, but it's probably because they covered. They got all the way up. So a lot of 10s were probably bought, and then it started going back down. So a lot of guys are probably on the 6 and the 10, the guys that got the top of the market. And then all the followers are somewhere in between. Now, that total was 40. Opened up 43, bet down to 40. And probably after McDermott made a statement that he's going to run LaShawn McCoy left, right, center all day long, whatever it takes. Both teams seem to be in a fire sale. Both teams are playing, but now feel like they got life because New England lost, and maybe New England isn't invincible. So they actually both believe. Tyrod Taylor is probable for the game, but there's a lot of speculation about Peterman coming in behind Taylor if Taylor does not do what he's expecting to do. I don't see the Bills in a blowout at all in this game. I actually see the under probably a play because McDermott said that, but maybe he's trying to throw all this all off on the game. So hopefully Rick will be joining us here real soon, but next game on the board is going to be Atlanta and Chicago, and I believe our man from the Better Center board, Tony Gullidge, the great white capper, has some interesting information on this game. Tony, welcome back to the Better Center Studios. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Luke. I'm doing pretty good, man.
Great.
Yeah, I like this Atlanta game. I think it's a good spot. I mean, you look at a team like the Bears, I'm seeing the same issues that I saw before, lack of offense, consistency. I don't see it getting any better. I mean, okay defense, not even that great a defense to try to match up with the Atlanta offense. See a lot of issues for the Bears. John Fox, I'm a Carolina fan, so I lived through the John Fox era. And it's close to the best, very conservative style. Can be aggravating to watch as a fan sometimes. You know,
He's
things
very
aren't
aggravating
going well. Yeah, things aren't going well. They can get ugly. And that's kind of the Bears are going to be hit and miss. And this just looks like a bad spot for them to me. I think Atlanta's offense, even with a mediocre defensive effort, will be able to grind out a nice cover. I would say play Atlanta.
Atlanta's your play today. There's your free pick today. Give me a score. Nail this baby. Show everybody you can do it twice.
Boy.
Come on, Tony.
I got it. Let me look it up because I do a little newsletter type thing that I send out to everybody. So let me make sure I give the same score.
So this newsletter, is that free to anybody that wants to sign on?
As for the inner circle, I do a free play newsletter, but I do have a paid subscription.
Okay.
$50 a month, and you get like a daily newsletter style information of the games that day. I try to do a best bet each day. I handicap daily. So
awesome.
I get like 5 or 6 days off the entire year. Around the All-Star break and around Christmas, I get a couple days each time. Other than that, it's every single day.
Yeah. My problem is I take more days off than the average worker. So,
yeah,
I get into it, but then I get burned out on it.
I enjoy what I do. I really enjoy what I do. So
Sure.
It's like I want to stay abreast and grind those numbers out. It's a lifestyle. You get used to doing it, and you either love it or you don't.
Yeah.
If you don't love it, you're not going to do this. You got to put in to do it the way I do it. It takes effort to get everything set up, and then you maintaining numbers continually. It's always new numbers, and then you begin to fold in a little strategy. You know, things from experience that you've seen. Everything's experience. You just got to use your mind. You got to understand gambling. You got to understand other gamblers because they're going to move the line. You have to understand points for what the book is trying to do with the line.
Right.
Once I developed the full understanding of what the bookmakers and were trying to do, I got better at gambling. It was like a light bulb. A light bulb went on, and it helped me pick my spots with my numbers. It helped me know, because I can make good numbers, but sometimes the situations don't match. And the Vegas spread will sometimes tell me that. When I see a disparity, it clues me in that there's something there I need to look further into.
There's no doubt.
I do,
it takes,
and you learn that over time. That over time.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I was going to say. It takes time. You have to have your own certain little niche. I have my, gambling doesn't come with directions. You have to form your own. And
that's exactly right.
Yeah, and that's really what you do. And you got to keep your nose in. So what do you got for a score there?
31-16 is the score.
31-16 Atlanta over the Bears. All right. So I see that as a very realistic scenario because, obviously Atlanta's got a lot to prove. They're going to have a lot of hunger. But, that's been factored in already. Everybody knows that. Yeah. But the reality is Chicago.
Tough schedule for Atlanta. Tough schedule, I think, this year.
Grab
for
your
Atlanta.
wins while you can.
And I think this is a soft spot for them to get a win. NFL, you can't miss opportunities to win. I think this is.
I think Glennon is going to be the guy that's probably going to have to falter a little bit before the Bears actually start moving forward, because Trubisky he's shown a fantastic preseason.
He's a Tar Heel. He's a Tar Heel.
There you go. There you go. So, but the Bears, once he gets in there, I'm going to see them as a little bit of a play with the dog, but not today.
Right. Give him a little time. He'll have his woes, but he's got the big arm, and he's a pretty athletic kid with some size. He's got the tools to be a decent NFL quarterback. Glennon is wow. It's like I say, I had all these numbers, man. It's just
Listen, he's a failure. I thought he was the real deal when he got drafted, and then I was like, okay, well the guy just needs some coaching, and then I'm like, you know what? He's just going to be a journeyman at best. So sometimes you miss with these guys.
5-13. Glennon is 5-13 straight up.
I thought that his height was going to give him the edge. I thought he had mobility for his size. But he just doesn't have the accuracy, and he doesn't have any poise.
I think his system, he went to Virginia Tech, if I'm not mistaken, and that style they play doesn't produce NFL type quarterbacks. Michael Vick being the exception because he was so athletic, he was able to overcome his initial inability to actually throw the ball.
Right.
Virginia Tech has system quarterbacks that can be very efficient in college. That style doesn't necessarily translate to the NFL, and I think Glennon has definitely struggled to transition to a more pro-style offense.
No doubt.
Making the reads, making the accurate throws, moving the chains
obvious
on third down.
So that's what I mean. Once Fox actually makes that move, they may move forward. I'm not a big fan of John Fox as a coach, personally, whatever. But as a coach, I'm talking about betting money on him. During his Carolina reign, it was great, but I don't think he was ever able to replace it. He had a team in Denver with a fantastic leader, who we all know who that was, and had a fantastic defense behind it. And even Peyton, as he injured, at the end, still came out, and it just showed you leadership was what made Denver what they were. And John Fox just allowed him to ride that train, which was smart of John.
He was along for the ride in Denver, man.
No doubt. But he didn't screw it up. So let's give him that.
Right, exactly. And that's the kind of coach he is. He's very conservative. He's going to punt on 4th and 1. He's going to do everything that you would think of when you think conservative coach.
And let the players win the game.
Every single time, and that's the kind of coach he is. That's why he's going to coach. He's not going to make the gutsy call. If you're looking to John Fox to make a gutsy call, you're going to be sorely
And but it's tough to bet on. It is tough to bet on. So,
It is.
all right, Tony. Listen, we need to roll on because we got the games going here shortly. I got a couple more guys in the hopper ready to sit down and talk a little football with us. I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, bet Houston is
Houston.
another one I like, and Philadelphia. And
Houston
let you
and
go with those
Philadelphia.
three.
All right. I like Houston myself, and it's really not a Houston play. It's a fade Jacksonville type of scenario with me. I think they're going to be a good team
That's
to
kind
fade
of where
against.
I'm at.
They
Yeah.
steam the under on this one, and I think that's right because the game has, or I think Jacksonville will struggle offensively all season, no matter what they try to do. And they're going to be a very good fade and probably a decent under. Well, let's see if their defense can actually keep them in a game. And but I agree with you on the Houston play. And your the other side was
Eagles was the other
Eagles.
play.
The Eagles over the Redskins in the big rivalry. So I don't have any love for that game either way. So I'm going to let you roll with that
There's
one.
your three-pack.
There's a 3-pack.
Three-pack for the day. I actually
I'm an
have
adult.
Houston
I need a
at
6-pack.
27-16 Houston. I have that score. So
27-16 Houston. All right, so we
Yes.
got 31-16 Atlanta.
Atlanta. Yeah.
21-16. Wait, 27-16 Houston.
Right.
What do you got with Philly and
There you
Washington?
go. I didn't put a score on that one, so
All right. All right, Tony. Thank you for joining us here on Better Center. We're going to catch you maybe tomorrow night with some more NFL, and we'll
Okay.
recap your winning day because I got a feeling you're going to have one today.
I appreciate it, guys. Good luck today. Let's win some money, guys.
Enjoy the day. Have a
NFL
great
is
one.
back, man.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay, so there is Tony Gullidge, the great white capper here on Better Center, and appreciate him always coming to join us here. As you remember, last Saturday nailed the the Coastal Carolina play, nailed the score exact, almost the Michigan score exact. Gave you a few scores here today that we'll see if he gets them exact today. Once again, his plays, Atlanta feels they're definitely still worth the play, -6.5. And Houston, who I do agree with, Atlanta, I think on the teaser is the way to go. And then also he also came with Philadelphia, and Washington opened up a 3-point favorite, so he is with the steam as Philadelphia is now -1. So the steam is on Philadelphia. And what I am doing here today is I'm rolling with the money line parlay or teaser, however you want to kind of look at it. But I do see Atlanta winning today. And so I think I'm going to throw them. Well, so what I'm doing is I'm throwing them in a teaser. I see Pittsburgh absolutely winning today, probably winning big. So I have them actually tied in a 7-point teaser and also a money line parlay with them and Dallas. I also see Dallas winning today. Dallas needs to grab themselves a win while they can with all the issues surrounding them. And the Giants are a little bit just too inconsistent for me to think that they're going to go down opening day. Really Dallas at home getting knocked off is not something that would surprise anybody. So I'm not going to say the big home field advantage, a divisional game. But I think Dallas is going to, be the team here today because they need to grab their win. And with Elliott in the backfield while they can. And who knows what's going to happen in the future here with that. But I see them capturing the win here today. So Pittsburgh, Dallas, and Atlanta I see in a money line parlay. I also think the Bills are probably going to win straight up here today against the Jets. But laying the points with the Bills is not a very wise move in any scenario. I don't see it. And as I said, I do like Houston. So I like them in a money line and also a teaser. If you're looking at some dogs today, I think the Oakland Raiders are definitely an underdog that I want to throw in here as a play today, which seems a little too obvious, so it could be a little bit too obvious of a play, but Tennessee has been a big favorite of many people to be the big turnaround team, the big sleeper team. And the Raiders are not the sleeper team. Everybody's expecting something from them this year. And I'm just going to grab the points here against with this Raider offense. I think they're still going to be able to put points on the board and keep this game in a high-scoring event, and I think that's going to be to Tennessee's disadvantage, and I think the Raiders actually get an outright win here. I also think San Francisco will shock Carolina here today. I think San Francisco just may be they may be the sleeper team. They've been to the dark side recently, and when it's been that dark and you have some new light, so to speak, with Shanahan and Lynch, these two guys are working together right now and actually building a team together, and I actually have a feeling they may be overachievers this year because of that. So let's look for them in the underdog role here today. And the other play I'm seeing here today will probably be an over with Seattle and Green Bay. I think that one will get a little wild, crazy, and exciting. And it'll be whoever hands the ball last will probably win that game. I'm not thinking it's going to be a blowout, but I'm definitely thinking that it could get to be a wild and exciting game. But I really didn't pull the trigger hard on it because it might be hopeful thinking for an exciting game. It could be one of those that are just the exact opposite. So, but we'll see. We'll let that see. Arizona, Detroit, I think should be an easy over, but the number's high. They're making you pay the price. So, and I think the Bills and the Jets should be a dead under. You got two teams that had a fire sale. They don't have a lot of talent on the field. So let's assume that they're not going to be able to muster up the points. So those are my opinions here for today. And Eugene, we got anybody in the hopper, or are we having technical issues? Technical issues. So that is going to be the end of the show wait, what do we got? And so, but if we can't bring somebody live within the next 10 seconds, we will have to move on. And actually, we're getting way too close to game time to get this off. So Anthony is here. So let's get a quick couple seconds here with Anthony Nasur from Reno Sharp VIP. Anthony, what do you see for us today in opening Sunday of NFL?
There are some really good numbers there. Looks like there's a lot of weight being pushed around right now. I saw that the Redskins are garnering some late interest here from the big money boys. Looks like their number is trying to change now. I know it's down to 1. And we haven't seen Philadelphia go to -2, which is an ideal number to play them at. So right now, it looks like a game we may end up staying off of, and we're going to watch that one closely. The best bet number right now, as far as a full game spread on the board, is definitely Jacksonville Jags, the +5, which is a number, 67% number. That one's a really good play for someone who likes to take a dog with very little public appeal.
Not my appeal, I know that, but I'm not a big Jags fan this year.
It's tough to bet on Blake Bortles, but as far as the actual bet numbers, that one and the Ravens also look pretty good.
Yeah,
I think the Ravens are going to close at 2.5.
So Ravens, though, huh?
Ravens. Yeah, the Ravens look pretty good right now.
Cincinnati's not a team I like to back anyways. Marvin Lewis is one of those coaches that when it counts, doesn't seem to be able to be the guy that you want to count your money on. And, he's a player's coach. They love him. He's probably the greatest guy in the world. But when it comes down to it, the greatest guys in the world, you can't be a nice guy on the battlefield in the last 2 minutes, and that affects the players. The players have to be focused, like a Belichick. He might be the nicest guy in the world too off the field, but he's certainly not a nice guy on the field. And the players respond to that.
All right, look at this guy. The purchase orders in.
What do you got?
Okay, so we have 2 purchase orders that just came in on first half lines that we're going to buy. We're going to go with rotation number 457, Jags Texans under 19.5 first half.
That sounds like a play.
And 467 Ravens, Bengals under 20.5 first half. So we have 2 first half purchase orders that just came in right now as we speak.
I like those. It's actually swaying me a little bit right now because it makes sense. 2 teams right there that are going to be struggling offensively will be Jacksonville and Baltimore. I believe they're going to struggle offensively this season as well. So I like that. I like those 2 bets.
It should be a pretty good one.
All right. What else you got out there today? You got the 2 orders. You got the two unders in the first half. Then you're also on Jacksonville. What else we got going here today?
We're gonna purchase some Ravens. It's just a matter of when we may end up getting it like right close to the game time.
Want to get that 3?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we're getting choppy on the internet, Anthony. All right, so Anthony gave us it looks like we might have lost him right there. So Anthony looks like they're waiting to try to get themselves a 3 on the Ravens, and he's coming at us with 4 nice solid plays here today. The 2 unders in the first half. Houston under in the first half. Baltimore, Cincinnati under in the first half. He's also coming with Jacksonville, side that I am definitely not on. As I told you there before. And he also will be looking for a 3 on the Ravens. So there you go. First Sunday, going to be in the hopper here real soon. Let's get you out some winners. Don't forget to keep joining us here on LVspn, where you're going to get Better Center Live.